Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Hello, how are you? Welcome back, Bonnie. Anyway, sometimes everyone needs a bit of time away from the world, as far as I'm concerned, and my time has been a bit hectic away from the world. I wouldn't say away from the world, because I'm still on social medias and all the rest of it. Hello, welcome back. Hello. Welcome back to another video. It's been a hot minute, I will say. It's not what I was expecting. It's not what you were expecting. No one really expected that. Just a wee break. It wasn't intentional. I just didn't expect the video that I'm doing currently right now to take longer than a week. But it's a really big video. It's a first for the channel. It's a first for me. I'm gonna tell yous now. We have a lot to look forward to. Granted, I might not have been active on the channel, but that does not mean that we haven't been up to some shenanigans. So, since I've actually been away, I haven't mentioned the fact that we have had a change of vehicles recently, which I didn't expect to happen so quickly, but it did, and I couldn't be happier about it, up until the point that the new car decided to break. So, we ended up managing to sell the van, which I regret massively, because that van, as it turns out, did me more good than any vehicle I've ever owned. The back of it was just so convenient to do all the tire things, and I don't have the ability to do that anymore, and it's even pretty difficult to try and deal with my car being down south. It's just one of those things. Tire transportation, when I kind of want to dispose of tires, I normally take them up here. It's a long story, but anyway, the van got sold, and not long after that I found an advert for a Mini Cooper S, and I took a great liking to this car, which swiftly decided that it didn't like me. So the guy in the ad, the boy had said that it had some head work done and something had happened previously. I have no idea what, but it was dripping oil, which is a good start. There was some play in the turbo, but not something that I thought was to the point of being so substantial that what ended up happening happened. So yeah, ended up driving it home, drove it for a couple of days, turbo ended up going on it, tried to rebuild it, did rebuild it completely, but the problem is that the vac pump that is attached to one of the camshafts, well, the vac pump wasn't aligned properly, which I hadn't noticed before turning over the engine. So when I went to go and turn the engine over, so it wasn't the best case scenario. What you heard was a camshaft bolt snapping off the sprocket. The vac pump managed to lodge into place, which tightened the cam, which stretched my timing chain. I snapped the cam bolt, the vac pump was destroyed. It dropped the valve, got lodged into the piston. It wasn't a great time. So my best mate Rory has been in the process of rebuilding the car and putting it back to its natural state, where I've had everything replaced, had everything rebuilt. The head's been skimmed, the valves are new, there's new head bolts, new piston. We're on the final stretch essentially. It's just reassembly at this point now. I still have the Vitara, which has not got the great space for doing anything. So it turns out there was quite a lot of rot underneath one corner in particular, and it's not the biggest amount. It's mendable, but I would have to get a professional to do it, because that is well and truly beyond my ability as a fabricator. So that is going to be getting sent off very soon to go to a welder to then get patched up. That just leaves my Corsa B and my E46, which both are in their natural habitats. The Corsa is a couple of steps away from almost being roadworthy. That's going to be off the road for a wee while. But things are shifting, things are going. Got a lot of projects coming up, a lot of projects that I've kind of had a lot of ideas about doing something different. And I really hope that you like it, but if you don't, that's tough, because I enjoy it. So it's a car that I'm really excited about, and especially for the plans for later down the line. So we have been to a couple of events over the last couple of months, and as great as it's been, I've looked back over the channel over the last couple of months and years, and I feel like it's not the channel that I seen myself having after such a period of time. And I feel like it's because I didn't particularly have a specific direction, and I didn't know just exactly where to go and what to do and how to do it. And it's just the YouTube thing that you just kind of need to learn as you go. So what I'm saying is we're going to be having a revamp, because this channel is needing a bit more life in it. Not even life, but certainly it needs a bit more focus, purely from my own doing. And that's just by me not having set a stepping stone, a way to go in this channel. So it's been a hot minute since I kind of spoke about an objective or something that I want to do other than just go to a ton of shows or do a couple of events and record and all these things. So I feel like that we just kind of need to bring it back to square one and just start again. So we're changing the name simply because there is no DT. The DT stands for drifting. There is no drift team. It's just me. I don't doubt that at some point later down the line there will be more people coming on board and joining the channel and that, which I'm really, really excited for. But for now, it's just me. And I might get, as I say, a wee bit of help along the way, but there's no one official up until that point. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Bad Bunny, my official channel for all my content. I want it to be one big brand, and this Bad Bunny DT is not going in the direction I foreseen it going. So officially now, the channel is no longer Bad Bunny DT. On the YouTube aspect of it, I have to call it Bad Bunny Bugsy, because obviously Bad Bunny is already taken. I don't particularly want to put any numbers, so in short, the channel name is Bugsy, but Bad Bunny is the name of it. So yeah, it's exciting times ahead. I'm really, really looking forward to being able to finally show off. I was never 100%, it was kind of trial error kind of thing with the logo and the name. So I feel like Bad Bunny makes a lot more sense. Plus, I really like the name, and I really like the logo, and I really like the bunny. Sorry. At the end of the day, I've made this channel for me as somewhat of a documentary to keep a track of literally my life and doing what I'm doing. And if anyone wants to come along for the road, I'm delighted. If not, I mean, that's cool too. But I plan on going places, so it'd be really, really great to see us along the road. We've been up to a couple of things over the last wee while. We went drifting. Went drifting for the first time in a while. That was mad. Got into my first crash. Which wasn't ideal. I wrote off Alex's car, so it was bad enough. But yeah, the weekend in a whole was absolutely amazing. When I decided to go driving, I also decided to not do too much recording. I said to myself I wasn't going to make a video out of it purely because I really needed to focus on the driving. I was mainly focused on tire sizes and what made me feel most comfortable with the car, because as of now, the E46 is sitting absolutely perfect. Or it was, up until me, Alex, and an MX-5 had a small small bump. My car, however, we only suffered radiator damage and a bent tie rod end and a smashed in front bumper. But we got really fortunate. Came back in just to double check the car over. It was fine. Just the kink in the bumper. Managed to cut that out. Went back out. Another couple of laps later, car overheated. So came back off. We had about 3 hours left, so there wasn't really much, you know. And I think I was mostly out of tires anyway. So overall, it was a really good weekend, bar that one mishap. But coincidentally, I had a message from Neil, who currently has my car. Neil at KD Customs. He was essentially the one that set me up with my drift car that I have now, as of before when I had my old P46, and we're not going to get into that, but yeah. So Neil takes care of my car, takes care of a lot of people's cars, has a lot of storage, does aftermarket bits and bobs, does a lot of maintenance, and he's an incredibly sound individual. He just messaged me 10 minutes ago telling me that my car was fully fixed, ready, and waiting for the next outing. So car is all sussed and sorted. I did manage to find out which tire size was perfect for me, nice and smooth with it. So yeah, car, the last time I went out in it performed absolutely perfectly, absolutely no faults with it whatsoever, didn't misbehave in any sort of shape, way or form. Couldn't have been happier. But in saying that, it was mostly dry. Actually, yeah, it was mostly dry all weekend, so couldn't really complain. With this new start, we need a new plan. So I have full intentions in doing maybe car reviews, or certainly going to a lot more car shows, a lot more events, a lot more out of the way, a lot to look forward to. As I've said, this first video that's just about to come out, it's a big one. It's a first. Going across lots of water to be able to go and see this particular competition. And it's changed my perspective. It's probably added onto it more so than anything else. So we're going to a car show very soon, but it's not just any car show, it's going to be Gravity. And Gravity is one of UK's biggest car shows going, with some of the top brands in the UK as well as European. There are going to be some incredible cars from Europe as well as the UK that are going to be going, and it's going to be mad. I'm so buzzing for it. There's a Lamborghini Huracan. It has a full wide body by Liberty Walk. It looks insane, and I'm so excited to finally see it for myself. Night Ride are going to be going, both with Kevin and the R32 Skyline that they recently built. I'm really excited to maybe get a chat in with Sam and Marek and Bozo and all the rest of them. Like, I'm really hoping that I can actually kind of get out of my shell a wee bit and actually speak to people. So it'd just be really great to just speak and chat, talk about different things and that. Anyway, on top of that, we have the Crusades doing the live action for it, which is talking about some absolute bangers over the last wee while. Gravity, it's going to be incredible. It's very big stadium, a lot to see. Next after that, hopefully, if all goes well financially, we might end up driving at the KD Customs Summer Matsuri. It's 3-4 weeks away. It's the end of August into September. So we are currently on August 15th. So oh my god, we're about 2 weeks away. Holy, oh no. Okay, right. Maybe we'll get a single day in. Maybe we'll get 1 day of driving. That's fine. That's okay. The problem is that I had actually originally booked to go over to Poland to go and see Drift Masters, and unfortunately I had booked the Friday to the Sunday thinking that it was just going to be a regular weekend in qualifying and top 32. It's not the case. Turns out they're top 32 on Saturday and qualifying on the Friday, which means that I would have to get a flight out on the Thursday. I didn't realize that. I got in touch with the booking company on top of my hotel. The airline didn't get back to them in 2.5 weeks, so they decided that they were just going to cancel my flights. But as I say, we're booked on the wrong dates, but they now have to wait for a response for the cancellation of the flight. So who knows as to when that may be. I don't know if I'll be able to financially afford going to Poland and going to KD Customs Summer Matsuuri. So I'm kind of in a difficult ballpark at the moment, but likeliness of driving is very high, which is great, because in about 2 months time I'm going to be competing in the KD Customs Winter Battle Series, which after going to this event that I'm in the process of editing, I walked away from that weekend and had a lot more clarity in my head about my competition driving and my perspective on doing this and doing driving, and hopefully get to different places and drift different tracks and enter different competitions. And it really opened my eyes to what could be, and I'm a very impatient man when it comes to things that I want. So not intentionally, not 100%, but I've given myself a 5-year window essentially. So first stop, KD Customs Winter Battle Series, which I'm really excited for, because there is a lot to look forward to this year. As of now, the event is already sponsored by the Dragon Energy Drink. They are also sponsored by Helix Motorsport. They're also sponsored by Mobile Tower Fitting Services, are going to cover the whole weekend, and also Milton Photography North Wales Motorsport Division Photography is going to be covering the whole weekend. As of now, a couple of Formula Drift drivers are going to be competing in the Pro class, which is going to be ridiculous to watch. Hopefully maybe get them a door or two, but we'll see. But yeah, we are going to be doing all 4 rounds. So 4 full-on weekends of competitive driving, 2 of which are in floodlights, where it's going to be absolutely darkness. We've got a couple of absolute bangers coming up, and a couple of bangers already in the books that just need to get edited out. Yeah, we can only look forward to a good time from here on in. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time out and listening to my spiel about what's going on with the channel, and things are kind of out of sync, and this is all in the stepping stone of the right direction to getting into competitive driving, more focus on car shows and bigger events, and hopefully get a couple of car builds in, because granted, the Corsa B, that's almost finished. I also understand that not a lot of people have interest in a 1 liter Corsa B with only welding happening to it or things like this, so I just decided not to record it, and I'd rather just record it when I'm doing the engine swap and doing the really exciting things to it, rather than just patching it back up just now. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to my rambling about everything that's going on. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a safe one. Have a safe one. Have a good one. Stay safe. Stay sideways. And have a good one.